I don't feel like the person I used to be anymore, but I'm also not who I'm trying to become. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with that. I've been sitting on this video for a while because I didn't know how to explain what I'm going through. It's not transformative, it's not a breakdown, it's not even a breakthrough. It's more like I can feel things shifting slowly and way quieter than I thought it would be. And honestly, harder too. So this is just me thinking it through out loud. If you're somewhere in the middle of something, not who you used to be, but not quite who you're becoming yet, I think you'll get this. We talk a lot about before and after. Before I started working out, after I got my finances together, before the bad habits, after the better ones. And we love those stories because they have an ending. Something you can point to and say, there, that's when it changed. But nobody really talks about what's happening in between. That's where I am right now, in the in-between. A few months ago, I started noticing things I had already stopped doing. I stopped scrolling past my bank account because I didn't want to see it. I stopped treating rest days like I had something to feel guilty about. And I stopped eating on autopilot. Those things just quietly stopped. And I didn't even realize it until I looked back. But I can't tell you that I figured it out either. I'm still working on the training, still working on the budget, still working on who I want to be when I'm just trying to get through the week. There's no clean ending I can show you right now. And I think that's why I needed to make this video. To stop skipping past this part like it doesn't count. It's actually most of it. So let me actually name what's different, because I think noticing it matters, even when the changes are small. The biggest one is how I move my body now. I run now, and not because I'm chasing a certain look. That might be why I started, but that's not why I keep going. I run because it's the one time during the day when everything gets quiet. It's just me and whatever my body is doing. There's something about that I really needed. You really can't overthink when your lungs are about to explode. I do a 5K every single month, and it's usually a race, but months like this month, it's just me, a route, and a timer. But doing it every month has changed something about how I see myself. Like, I'm someone who does this now. That's new for me, and that matters more than I expected. The second thing is money. And this one's harder to get into because money's always felt heavy for me. I used to spend it when I was stressed, when I was bored, when life felt hard. And I'm not judging that. I was doing what I knew how to do. But I can see now that I was spilling something with it that spending couldn't actually fix. Now I actually look at my numbers. I have a savings goal that's attached to something real, not just a number I picked because it sounded good. And what I've started to notice is that building discipline with money and building discipline with my body, it's the same thing, same part of you. When you strengthen it in one area, it actually shows up in the other. I call it being financially fit. And I know it sounds like just a tagline, but I actually mean it. I'm treating my money the same way I treat my body, showing up consistently, even when it's not fun, even when the progress is slow. And then there's the identity piece. I've started calling myself a curvy athlete, and I know some people may have thoughts about that, but for me, saying it out loud and meaning it changes how I show up. For a long time, I kept fitness at a distance, like it was for a certain type of person and I just wasn't her. Naming it differently has started to shift that. But here's the part I don't think gets talked about enough. Growth is kind of lonely and it's inconsistent. And most of the time, it doesn't feel like growth. It just feels like effort you're not sure if it's going anywhere. There are weeks when everything works. The runs feel good, the budget's on track, I'm sleeping, I feel clear, and I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere. And then there are weeks where I skip runs, or I spend money I wasn't supposed to, or I just feel flat and off and I can't remember why any of this matters. And the older version of me, she would have taken those weeks as proof.
See? You're still the same. You can't keep anything going.
But I'm trying to learn, and I'm really still learning this, that a hard week isn't who you are. It's just the week. The real question isn't whether you fall off. It's how fast you can come back. And here's what I've actually noticed. I do come back now, faster than I used to. That's the real change. Not that I'm perfect, not that I never slip, but the time between falling off and getting started again keeps getting shorter. That's what progress actually looks like for me. Nobody's gonna film that for a highlight reel. The doubt still comes. I wanna be straight about that. I still have days where I look at what I'm doing and I'm wondering if it's actually working, where I look in the mirror and I don't see what I expect, where I'm not sure if I'm really building something or I'm just going through the motions. So yeah, those thoughts still come. I just don't listen to them anymore. Something has shifted for me recently, and I want to try to explain it because I think that's actually the most important part. For a long time, I was doing all the right things. Working out, saving money, trying to be consistent, but I was always measuring it against a result, a number, a goal, a timeline I had made up in my head. And when I didn't hit it exactly the way I planned, it felt like I was failing, even when I was actually showing up. I've been slowly trying to stop making the outcome the only thing that counts. wants. And instead asking, do I actually want to live this way? Not just to get somewhere, but as my actual life? Because I like my mornings now. I like having a run on my calendar. I like looking at my budget and feeling like I actually have some sort of relationship with the future instead of avoiding it. I like how my body feels when it's been moving consistently. I like who I am after a hard workout. Not because of how I look, but because of what I just did. That's new, actually liking it, not just tolerating it. So that's where I am right now. I'm not who I used to be. I can feel that. In how I move, in how I handle my money, in what I'm willing to do on a Tuesday morning when nobody's watching. And I'm not who I'm working towards just yet. That's also real. There's still a version of me that I'm building that I can feel coming, but can't fully see it yet. And I'm learning to be okay with that. To stop treating this phase as something I have to get through as fast as possible. To stop needing a finished version of myself before I start taking myself seriously. The becoming is the work. That's it. If you're in the middle of something too, you don't need to have it figured out. You just need to keep going. That's all I'm doing. I'll see you in the next one.